Hey guys, it's me again. So I'm bringing you guys another deck profile today. I believe I have promised that if I do figure out my Dog Days deck, I will share it with you guys. And this is a deck that I topped my local with. Well, I was third place. I lost one 4-1. It was a double elimination event, and it was Weiss versus Schwarz. So it was a sided event, so whichever side knocks the other side out first, well, the people that stayed alive after double elimination on the winning side gets to share the prize. Anyways, just basically it topped. I mean, 4-1 would top normally inside a normal event too. So yeah, here's the deck. Anyways, so I'll start with the level zeros. This is a red-green animal deck. I tried the yellow, but I personally didn't like it, and I just love Bodyguard too much. Anyways, so here we go. I have 2 copies of this guy. So Makishima, he is a pretty good character because he pumps a character by 1500 when he's played from your hand to the field, and that actually happens more than you think, to be honest with you. You can use him at any level, and he will be useful. I play 1 Rebecca. She is your brainstormer. She gives 1 soul to anything. Well, when you hit the climax. Her other effect is when she is played that turn, she is 3k. So even if you don't want to brainstorm with her, she is still a really good card to play offensively as well. It's just like a vanilla for 1 turn. I play only 1 copy of the Natsugashiku no Waru because, well, I only have 1 copy that's hollow, and the other reason is I need more red. So I decided to use only 1. So it's a clock suicider. It's the new type of suicider. I personally think it's really good. So I used 2 copies of the original suicider from the old set, which is Yukikaze. Another reason why is because I like Yukikaze more. So it's just a regular suicider where you revert. If you reverse, you can revert your opponent's character as well. So next, I run 3 copies of solo rider Leo. When she's alone on the field, she is 4k, and she cannot be reversed by your opponent's effect. So your opponent cannot use traditional suiciders. If clock suicide, they can use clock suiciders or stock suiciders against it, but then she cannot be. She just can't be reversed by normal suiciders. That's really good, and she is 4k. This is one of my favorite cards from Dog Days 2. It's welcome. Well, it's a welcoming cougar. Anyways, what she does is when your opponent have 4 or more cards in their hand, which is most of the time, or your opponent's has not been clocking or something. Anyways, she is 3/5. She gains 1k when your opponent have 4 or more cards in their hand. That happens a lot, and at level 0, she can be hard to get over. And it forces your opponent to overcommit to kill. I play 1 copy of Ricotta. She's a pretty good card. She gets rid of runners, suiciders, whatever, because you can pay a stock to kill any level 0 in the front row. And another thing is she is a shift. So I could, if I am level 0 taking damage and I have no more level 0 cards to play, I can shift like let's say a climax in my hand or something for her. That's really good. And I play 3 copies of Leo full name because she is really amazing. I mean, anytime you have her in your hand, it's always a good thing. Because when you play her, you can pay 1 stock, give any animal on the field of your choice, or on your side of the field of your choice, 2k. It's a 2k pump if you decide to pay that one stock. If not, when she is sent to waiting room, so unless your opponent, you can pay 2 to search for any animal inside your deck. So that's all I need for my searcher. I don't need. I ran the new traditional searcher Covert, but I didn't like it as much as her. She's amazing. She's just amazing. She can just do everything. I mean, pumping characters and all that stuff. That's amazing. So for my level 1, very important. I run 3 copies of Liz Leo, the 104k. She is anti-meta basically. Anytime your opponent salvages any character, well, not salvage, anytime any opponent returns any character from their waiting room to their hand by any means, so bond, gate, card effect, climax combo, whatever, you can pump 2k to something. Okay, That's amazing, because sometimes usually when your opponent triggers a gate, they salvage, right? So triggering step happens before battle step. So once they trigger the gate and they decide to salvage, you can pump. If you have 2 of these at the back row, you pump. Let's say, I don't know, the character that he's battling, and then you can actually kill the enemy because your pump happened before the battle step. That's amazing. And the second effect is also very good. You tap her, give any animals on your side of the field of your choice 1500. So you can take, if you pump 2 to one single character, that's 3k. This is the best support. I will try to run 4 of her, but I couldn't find space. I might end up making space somehow though. Really good card. Next up, this is probably what I will take out if I do decide to run 4 Leos, but this is the full name Gaoru. Gaoru is just the very traditional type where it's 1/0, you play it for any other animal on the field, other animal than himself on the field, he gains 500. So if your field is full at level 1, that is 6.5k. And then with the Leo boosting, tapping 2, that's very powerful. That's a 9.5k for a 1/0. Next up, we have 3 Yukikazes. This is a new card from Dog Days Dash, and I really loved it. She is a 6/5 normally, but then when there's 3 other animals on the field, she becomes 7k and have Hand Encore. So your ideal level 1 setup is, of course, 2 Leos in the back. I will say 1 or 2 of her along with Gaoru. It's a very powerful card. Next card of my choice. Some people don't run her, but I really like her. It's Eclair, the new one, 1/0. She's only 45. That's not very high for a 1/0 usually, but that's because she have a really awesome effect. First thing is she has an Encore, where you take any animal or hero cards from your waiting room and put it to your clock. So you take a damage, and so basically it's like a clock Encore. So and then she gets to resting position after sent to waiting room. Another thing is she also can pay 1 stock at the beginning. She can pay 1 stock. You can pay 1 stock during your main phase, and then she become a level 1 suicider. So if your opponent's using annoying level 1s, just pay a stock, get rid of it. Really good card. And she can stay on the field by taking the damage. I run only 2 counters in this deck, and it's him, Daokyong. He is just too good. He is just too good. Actually, it's a she, but anyways. Basically, it's a counter that levels up. So it's 15. It says 15, but then when you have, I believe, when you have 3 or more animal characters on the field, you get the second effect, which is you gain plus X. X is equal to 500 times your level. So if you're level 1 and you play this card, that is a 2k counter. Level 2, 2/5. Level 3, this is a 3k counter. So it levels up. You can just use this the whole game. Okay. Next up, 2 of these. The Axe Leo uses. It's an event. It combos with a level 3, and it's a really good event. It pumps your character by 2k until the end of the opponent's turn. Level 2, I only run 1 copy of this Gaoru. He is a 2/1 9k, but he cannot side attack. But that doesn't really matter. I mean, with 2 Leo pumping him, this is a 12k. He's really good, but I can't find more space. So I run 2 copies of this. So this is the one you probably want to go into as I'm moving to my level 3 game. This is why I only put 2, and I think it's perfectly fine because she has shift. So when she's in your damage zone, you can shift it out. And if you guys remember correctly, my level 1, so the Eclair here, I try to keep her as I'm going to level 2 because so I can do an Encore and then I can put her from my waiting room to my clock, and then I will be able to shift out next turn. So this is the upgrade of my support. Depends on how much the opponent salvages. If the opponent does not salvage at all, then you want to switch into these as fast as possible. Now that's all for my level 2s actually. So now for the big stuff. Level 3s. My two favorite cards in this Dog Days 1 set and in the whole Dog Days set actually. Shishio Reo. She is a bodyguard. When she is played from your hand to the field, you may discard a card and search her axe back, which is the event. This event that gives a character 2k until the end of your opponent's turn. So that's a 12k bodyguard with no support. And then that's why I say to try to get into 2 of these by the time you get to level 3. So this gives the middle slot 2k. So supporting her only doesn't matter what the side is because your opponent can't attack the other things anyways. So you use the 2k buff on her, and then she'll be 16k on the turn she has played. Correct when you do it correctly. Now for other really good cards is 3 copies of Milhi full name. Milhi is just one of the most amazing cards inside Dog Days, and I really appreciate this card. When she comes in play, she heals. That's really basic. The second thing is, when she reverses a character, you can pay 2 stock to burn 1 damage to your opponent. The damage can be cancelled, but it doesn't matter if you attack into them or if they attack into you. If they get countered trying to kill this card, or even at level 3 they're trying to ram you to kill you, they can't really do that easily, because once they ram you, and if you don't die from that attack, you reverse them and you pay 2 and they burn 1. They might, if they're 3/6, they can't actually ram you without killing themselves. This is an amazing card. It kind of goes against the bodyguard, but then I mean, if I have bodyguard up, I want these 2 instead, because these 2 cards minus 1 soul in front of them, so your opponent cannot actually do that much soul damage by crashing to your bodyguard. That's one thing. The second thing is also the second ability is not that used. When you play her, you can play for every if it happens twice a turn. So when you play other animal characters, she gains 1k, so she'll go to 12k if you play her and then another 2 characters. So that's really good. And her last effect is a climax combo with this climax. So this goes to your hand easily, because when you trigger it goes to your hand, right? So that's why I only run 2 copies. So Nanami, this is when Nanami is brushing her hair. Anyways, the climax combo is she gives 4k to something on your side of the field until the end of your enemy's turn. So here, that will make it a 20k bodyguard on the enemy's turn. And of course the clamps. And so for the rest of the climaxes, I do not have any combos going with them. I have 2 hero usual coding, and then 4 heart relations. It doesn't really matter. It's just the fact that they are gates. I want to run 6 gates. That's the only reason why I use them. So yeah, this is the Dog Days deck that I topped with, and I really like this deck. I enjoyed it. I enjoy it a lot. It has problem again on your opponent's turn, because Leo doesn't give any power on your opponent's turn. So, but the level 1 game is strongest. That's why I tend to keep more Yuki cards in the field than Gaoru. Because Gaoru, yes, he's awesome. He's a lot of damage for free, but he can't stay on the field until past opponent's turn usually. So this is exactly why I personally prefer using Yuki Kaze, like 2 of her or like 1 of her and 1/1/1 of my level 1 lineup. Anyways, it's a decent deck. It's harder to run the Matsukama deck because it doesn't have that much power and it's easy to kill on opponent's turn, but during your turn you can pretty much kill anything you want. Well, I hope you guys enjoy this deck profile. I think my Simple Gear deck profile will be coming soon once it is finished. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to comment if you guys would like. Maybe help me improve the deck. Maybe ask me what I have for trade. Maybe I'll do a binder sometime. I don't know, binder video just because I can. Yeah, anyways. So thanks, guys.